So today I'm doing a new type of video, and this is the first of this type, and it's 5 unpopular opinions about a luxury item. I do want to preface this by saying that these are my opinions, and if there's something that I've put here that you absolutely disagree with, that's fine. One of the things that I love about fashion is that there's something out there for everyone, and I think if we all liked the same thing, then probably the world would be a boring place. So I think it's definitely important that we have different styles and the different things that we like, because also as human beings, as we grow older, our style tends to change a lot. So I definitely think that, you know, these are my opinions as of today. Is it possible that in a couple of months, a couple of years times, some of my opinions on these could change? Absolutely. So I say all of that to say that if I do mention something here that you already have or that you love or you're seeking to get, please, if you really like it, go ahead and get it. This is not to stop anyone from doing anything. This is just my opinions on something. And I'm pretty sure there are things that I really like that you guys will probably feel, oh, it's not so nice. And that's fine as well. Keeping that in mind, I definitely want to hear some of your opinions in the comment section about some of the things that I'm going to mention today. To my returning viewers and subscribers, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Odette, and I do weekly fashion and lifestyle videos. And on my channel, we discuss everything from affordable fashion all the way to luxury. And it's a range of topics. So today it's more, I would say it's still fashion, but it's more on the lifestyle range rather than anything very specific. So if these are the kind of videos that you enjoy, definitely consider subscribing to my channel and turn on that notification bell so that you know every single time that I upload. The first one that I have is that a lot of contemporary brands are actually true pioneers in the fashion world. And when I think about that, I think of brands like Cult Gaia. So I really like Cult Gaia. There was a point in time where they were doing this, there was a bamboo bags, and they were so popular. And I feel like that might have somehow inspired or started the whole raffia trend, because prior to that, I wasn't seeing a lot of the luxury house produce a lot of raffia bags. But ever since Cult Gaia came out with their bamboo bag, and this was ages ago, I want to say 5 years ago maybe. I can't remember. It feels like ages ago now. But ever since that time, I feel like every single summer I see a lot of raffia bags produced by the luxury houses. And it's not to say that before that they weren't doing anything at all. If they were, it definitely wasn't at the scale that it is today. Now, every summer when you enter inside the shop, every single brand has a raffia bag. I also own one raffia bag. Actually, I own 2 raffia bags that I picked up from Zara a few years ago. And this was this one. So I thought about getting the one from Cult Gaia because obviously I really loved it. But I felt like the holes were too many and you could see inside the bag. And so I wanted something that will still give me that raffia feel, but without necessarily that exposure. So I got this one instead. So that's just one example. Another one most recently is Jean-Paul Gaultier and the whole naked X-ray style dresses. That whole look, I feel like I've been seeing more and more luxury houses do a version of that. So it's probably not full on almost skeleton or X-ray style look, but it's still very sensual. I remember I saw recently Beyonce wearing, was it a catsuit that she wore by Loewe? The hand thing is definitely Loewe. And you had the hand kind of going down in her crouch area, and I think there was another one going across her boobs. In my opinion, it's sort of their play on the whole sensual, oh, I'm almost naked, but I'm not, or it's kind of seductive still. That whole thing, I mean, I know that the catsuit is not exactly the same as the Jean-Paul Gaultier's thing, and there are probably better examples from luxury houses that are doing that same thing. But again, that's an example of where you see a more affordable designer is doing something that has inspired a lot of the luxury houses to sort of do their version of that. I also add Coach there, specifically their Coach Tabby bag. Now, I know that Coach Tabby came out with their pillow bag after definitely the designers' houses came out with their puffer bags, but I feel like the way Coach did it was so much better, and that's why a lot of people gravitated towards what they did. I don't necessarily think that it was because it was slightly more affordable. I think it's just better. I do own 2 puffer bags, so one from actually it's not really a puffer bag, semi-puffer bag, one from Saint Laurent and one from Chanel. If I think about the puffer bag, what really comes to mind is the Coach Pillow Tabby bag that comes, because it's just really well done and well made, and even after a couple of years the puffiness is still there. But I feel like with some of the Chanel one and definitely the Saint Laurent one, it has started to slightly deflate. Not obviously, but a little bit. Not to say it's not good quality, but again, I'm comparing a particular trend on 2 different designers. I say all of that to say that we do sleep on a lot of these contemporary designers, but I think that they make a lot of good quality, stylish and fashion forward items that we can all follow. Oh, and someone else to mention, I can't believe I completely forgot, is obviously Jacquemus. And they started contemporary, and I think very soon Jacquemus items would be over £1,000 if they're not already. I think a couple of their bags are already over £1,000. I have been debating on whether I wanted to get something from them, because I do like the brand, I like their style and everything, but I'm also like, do I really, really want something from them? So I'm on the fence about getting something from them, and the longer I wait, the more their prices go up, because the bag that I wanted to get, the canvas one I wanted to get, was originally 500 and now it's 700, and I'm just like, I don't know if I still want to get it now that it's that price, but it's only going to go up. So all these different contemporary designer houses are obviously doing their thing in the fashion world, and we see a lot of the luxury brands sort of doing their take on some of these contemporary brands. The next one is that Mach and Mach, that's the shoe brand, is highly overrated. I remember Mach and Mach and Amina Muaddi got their buzz around the same time, like people loving their shoes. And it's very difficult or almost impossible to see an Amina Muaddi shoe on sale. So they're worth anything from about, depending on when you're getting, from about not 600, maybe 800 now, £800, all the way to £1,000. So that's Amina Muaddi and Mach and Mach. But I can't tell you the number of times that I've seen Mach and Mach heels on sale for like 400. Have I seen for 300 before? But I've seen them on sale a number of times, especially from Farfetch. Also different websites as well, like matchesfashion.com. The reason why we see that is because the shoe quality of Mach and Mach is just not that great. I have purchased 3 or 4 heels from them before, and I had to send all of them back because the crystals that you get start to come off at some point. And I was just like, what's the point of spending all that money if the crystals are going to come out? It also looks kind of cheaply glued. It doesn't even look like it was glued properly. The quality is just really bad, and I know I'm not the first person to say this. A lot of people who own Mach and Mach heels have complained about it. They're very stylish, by the way, very cute. If you're going for a night out, they're perfect. When I think about Christmas and New Year's, I think Mach and Mach heels because they're just so fun, and it's just everything that you need for like a great party. But the quality is lacking for the price. So this is something that if you really still want a Mach and Mach heels, definitely get it. But I would say you can potentially hold out if you're not too picky on what you want to get, and get it on a discount price, because it's bound to be on a discount price somewhere at some point. I've seen it so many times, by the way, so that's why I'm saying that. And the discount price is 50% off. Yeah, it's 50% off. Next unpopular opinion, probably you guys are going to have my head for this, that sandals are the worst. I know a lot of people love them, and I kind of get why, in terms of the comfort level that you get with them. So they're extremely comfortable, they're carefree and all of that good stuff, but they look hideous. There's a reason why it's called that sandals. Think about it this way, men and women have different feet, right? So men are meant to have bigger, wider feet, and so their sandals are just oversized. I mean, I do have long and wide feet, so I don't necessarily fit in that category, but generally women tend to have more slender feet, and so that's why in heels, our feet look really cute, and so they do heels with pointy toes and all of this stuff to make them look even prettier. Now imagine taking something inspired by men's feet for women to wear. I just think, no, it doesn't work that way. It's just horrible. They were created for men to wear, not for women, and that's why they're called dad sandals, because it's typically dads that you see wearing those kind of sandals, and I just don't think it's flattering or feminine. So it's important that I mention the feminine angle, because I think when it comes to women's dressing, it's not just about being feminine all the time. I think a lot of people, myself included, and I'm not always trying to be feminine. Sometimes I do love an androgynous look, and in that case, yeah, you don't necessarily want to wear some things, and I guess that's probably how a lot of people wear them. But if you're going for a more feminine look, or if that's predominantly your style, then that sandals is completely out of the realm of things that you should be thinking about. Again, I get that they're comfortable, but there's so many female comfortable sandals that you can wear if it's comfort that you're seeking, rather than the dad sandals. Not to mention that these go at extremely high price on the market. I think they're worth over £1,000. Like if you're buying them from Chanel or Gucci or any of these really high-end designer stores, then you're spending a lot of money for them. So again, if you're buying them purely for comfort, then okay, go ahead, but they're not pretty. That's just my opinion. The fourth one is that I think it's completely our fault that luxury houses keep increasing their prices. And I say our because I'm obviously 100% included in this. I'm guilty of this. We spend a lot of money on these designer houses, and when they increase their price, we continue spending money. And it's purely a case of supply and demand. This is probably the rule number one when it comes to economics. If demand outweighs supply, it's a seller's market and they can increase the price to whatever they want. But if for some reason, say we stop buying this product completely, which is never really going to happen, but if we stop buying these products, then obviously they're going to slow down on the price increase. Now, I know that when this price increase really went crazy was during the pandemic, and a lot of the brands said, oh, well, we're struggling with resources and trying to get everything done, so we're going to increase the price because it's just harder to get things done and everything. I think that that could have played a factor, but I think they also took the opportunity to really increase. It was because people were buying with the ability to be able to buy things off credit, whether that's through your credit card directly or through Klarna payment. PayPal also does like a pay in 3, like you divide your payments over time. I can't remember all of them, but there are a couple of other ones that are out there that you can purchase something online, but you break up the payments, I think, in 3. Pretty sure I've seen a 6-month split before. So when you do it that way, then something that's worth £3,000 becomes a little bit more affordable. And I'm not saying spending £1,000 a month is affordable, but I'm just saying it's better than spending £3,000. They would keep increasing the prices as long as we keep buying. If you're enjoying the video so far, go ahead and give us a like. I can see a lot of people watch my videos. It's not necessarily reflected in the likes and the comments, so definitely try to be engaging on the video because that helps the algorithm and it helps YouTube know that this is a very interesting video that other people should watch. Last one, and this one, probably it's less and less now because I made this list at the start of the year. I just never got around to actually filming the video. So this one, I would say it's slightly changing now. And I can do a deep dive on that specifically. But what I'm talking about is resellers marking up prices of used items is ridiculous. Don't get me wrong, I understand that they have to make a commission, otherwise the business model doesn't work. Trust me, I get that. I'm a strategy advisor and we look at business models of different businesses. So I get that point of view. But considering the fact that a lot of these products are already so high in demand and there's not enough of it, I just think it's crazy that someone would go and buy a Chanel product that's so hard to get a hold of just to go and sell it for £2,000, £3,000 more. And I understand that it's a way of making money, but I also just think it's not fair, it's not right. Now, having said that, I understand that there's a case for maybe people receiving gifts or people buying items and deciding that they don't want it anymore for 1 or 2 reasons, and they choose to, sell it to a reseller for them, and the reseller then sells it on. So that case I think is important because it continues circularity of the product, which is great, rather than disposing of the product. Plus it's very expensive. I don't see anyone just disposing of something. They would rather sell it for half the price than to just completely dispose of it. I think that that should be the function of resellers, where they're actually taking unwanted items from actual people who maybe really liked them but decided that it doesn't work for them anymore, or maybe changed their mind or tried to return it and they weren't able to return it because time has gone by, all of that kind of stuff. So if it's anything within that realm, then I agree. But also keep in mind that these products have been used. So we're not talking about brand new stuff. These are products that have been used. How does that make sense that, say, a Chanel bag costs £5,000 and then a reseller is selling it for £7,000? And I think that that's why Chanel started doing the whole quota bags. You can only buy maybe 1 in 60 days or 2 classic bags a year. I mean, I've heard all kinds of rumors. I'm not sure which one is which, to be honest with you. But I think that that's the reason why they started doing that, because they realized that people were coming and buying the bags and selling it at a profit, which is not great, because then they actually have customers who are looking for these bags. So if I sell the bag to you and a customer comes in and you're just selling on the resale market, then I've robbed someone of getting the opportunity to actually take something that they genuinely like. That's the reason why I feel like the resale market and people marking up prices, especially used goods, I think it's just ridiculous. It's really the marking up of the price that gets me every time. I'm like, someone has used this bag and you want me to buy it for above retail because it's not available? And I get the whole concept of supply and demand, but that just seems like, why do that? Like, okay. So that's it for my video. Thank you so much for watching to this point. Definitely let me know what some of your unpopular opinions are about fashion in general. It doesn't have to be specifically luxury. Also, is there any unpopular opinion that I have mentioned that you strongly disagree with or strongly agree with? Definitely let me know in the comment section and let's have a chat. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give us a like, and also consider subscribing if you're not subscribed yet to my channel. And also, if you're not done watching my videos, I'm going to leave 2 recommendations here for you to check out, and hopefully you enjoy them. Thank you so much for watching to this point, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye.